Interesting.
And he's
Until
going to
next.
bloopers. Some you gonna put the bloopers out because all the bloopers mistakes I made and over talking him. And see, I'm over talking him now.
His bloopers. I'm going to put this in the beginning. Mike and Michael have made so many mistakes. The bloopers are going to be longer than the interview.
I made the mistakes.
Stick around to the end.
Keep watching his blog. The gentleman is very good at this. Janet is. I'm being honest with you. Janet is the brains behind the whole thing.
Hey everybody, I'm Mike.
And I'm Janet.
And welcome to our channel, Mike's Philippine Retirement. Now let's get to today's video. We're here with Michael. He's from my hometown of Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah, I thank you very much for having me. I've been watching you for a while. You and Janet, I've been watching you for a long time.
Oh, well, that's nice of you. So you're here in the Philippines. When did you leave the States?
I left the States, I think it was the 27th of February because it's a leap year. So I left at 3:49 p.m. from Cleveland. That's one time, and the plane's supposed to leave from 3:49 from Cleveland to JFK, from JFK to Qatar, from Qatar to Manila.
Yeah, that's a long flight. Long flight.
I was telling Wayne about it. It was 32 hours, but it ended up being like a 44-hour flight.
44-hour flight, long way to get here. What made you come to the Philippines? Of all the countries in the world you can go visit, why the Philippines?
When I get home from work, it's like I like the calm down time, the time to relax and to calm down. And I started watching a lot of YouTube videos, and I watched a lot of guys talk about the cost of living. I saw a lot of beautiful women, not so much that, but also their values. And I, as a man, I had seen that my values had changed too. So I don't know if that can come. I can reassert myself to being the type of person that I wanted to be. But anyway, I just saw that the Philippines was Philippines and Thailand. But the Philippines were more English toward the English
The language is a big thing, right?
Very, very
coming to the Philippines. Now, you say about cost of living. Now, you've been here. I believe you landed in Manila, and you spent how long in Manila?
Probably about a week.
About a week. And then you went to Cebu City, and you met It's Wang, a friend of ours. And then you came to Dumaguete.
Correct.
Of the three cities, what have you found cost-wise? They're about the same. One's more expensive than the other.
Dumaguete is a lot more cheaper, I will say. Manila and Cebu are expensive, but like you would say, you have to do your due diligence in looking for the hotel, because the hotels will charge you. I saw some $150-some a night. Even in the United States, I didn't pay $150. I mean, a Marriott or something like that. I mean, I'm at Best Hotel, Highway 8 or what East. I'm paying like $89 a night. Well, no 89 or 69.
None of that, no more. But
I'm paying somewhere around there for a hotel. I never did go up to $200 or $250.
More the economy type hotels.
Right. They were nice and comfortable. I would go in, have I'd be a Dollar Tree. There was some Dollar Trees that was in Independence, right outside of Cleveland. Yeah, and I went to a couple of meetings. They have some anniversaries up there. I went to up there, but they were nice. So. You just have to do your due diligence in looking for the hotels. But the thing about the hotels too is that the picture that they show you in the booking might not be the picture that you get, because that picture could have been taken 10 or 12 years ago.
Bait and switch.
Yeah. And you just have to be aware of that. But the best thing I tell people to do is, if you have an idea, stay one night. And if you have the internet, make sure you have a type of internet, then book it. If you don't, go to another place. Don't be scared I'm stuck here. You control your destiny.
There's plenty of places to stay.
Right, but people sometimes I felt uncomfortable. I'm here, I gotta just stay.
Just stay in that.
Yeah, because I am a nice guy, but I pretend to be such a nice guy.
Well, you're from Cleveland. I don't know any nice guys from Cleveland.
I don't know too many either. Yeah. But anyway, so you have to just go to a hotel. If you like it, and you ask them questions. What's the rate? Do you have a better rate? And they will show you the different rooms they have, and they will tell you that the Filipino people will explain If you ask, they will explain. If they look at you strangely, it could be like me. You talk too fast. You give them what they call it when I talk real fast in English. What's that word they use?
Talking too fast.
Yeah, they don't understand you. I forget
Gibberish.
this. What is it, Janet? When you don't understand, you saying stuff and saying stuff and saying stuff, and you just have to slow down and say, "Do you?" And my favorite word in the Philippines, in the Philippines, sorry, is "Do you understand?" I need to slow down, because I want to communicate with you. That my number one goal is communication. Once we have communication, we're partly to that way of understanding. We're getting to that level where I can understand you and you can understand me. Hey, this is probably your interview. I'm talking too much now.
Now you're staying in the Bethel Hotel right across the street from where we're at on the boulevard.
Right.
How expensive are they?
Okay, I first came in. They offered me let's put it how I got there. I was on the bus and I realized I didn't know where I was gonna stay at, because you had gave me two places, Go Hotel and the Essence. And the Essence was full. It was booked up until April something. The Go Hotel, I didn't know where I was at, and I wasn't sure when I get there, because it wasn't cabs. Then getting in these trikes, man, you know, I'm 300 and I'm 100, about 150.
They're not built for the big guys.
50 kilos, which is about 330 pounds. I wish I'm lower than that, but that's just my brain thinking so. But anyway, I asked this guy, I said, "Do you know anything?" And he said he was from Dumaguete. He spoke very good English. And then we was talking. It's like he was ignoring me, but he was trying to have it done. We have a conversation out there. Then I got here, got off the bus. I was finna go. He said, "Come here, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna take you to a place." He got a trike, brought me over here. He rode on the scooter side, I rode on the big trike, put my luggage on the back, walked me to the desk, told me about the place to play, let me ask the questions I wanted to ask, told me to, his name was Clint, make sure I say Clint. And he told me, and I asked the questions. They had a room that was 280 pesos, 2,800, I'm sorry, 2,800 pesos. I said, man, I don't want to spend. He said, well, we have one that was 1,800. Then we had one that was, I think that's all I heard. But the 1,800 was twin beds. I said, that's good, twin beds. That was my mistake. That was my mistake. But I learned from it. I said, well, I'm not sure, so I booked it for 2 nights. Went up there, stayed up there for the 2 nights, and the bed is so short, so small, I'm so big. I couldn't sleep. I stayed up twisting and turning. They asked me, did you want a view? I said, I don't care about views. And plus, I'm afraid of heights. So being up high didn't necessarily bother me. I wasn't that concerned. Couldn't sleep, and I went downstairs. I said, listen, that room was bad. I can't sleep. The bed is so small. She said, well, we have these other beds. She explained it to me. She have this other room. It's a queen-size bed. It's only 1,500 pesos.
So you got not a single bed, but you got a queen-size bed for 1,500.
Well, I was paying 1,800.
1,800 for two
twin beds.
2 beds. So it's only one person. Yeah, I can see their point.
So I mean, for me, I said I just wanted to be comfortable. I was willing to pay the more money to get some sleep, to rest. Plus, I have sleep apnea, so which means I sleep with that mask on, and I'm comfortable with that. I sleep all night with that joke on. I done got used to it, because I used to have the point where I'd be driving, I'd fall asleep, nod and stuff. But anyway.
You came in on Sunday.
Got here Sunday night.
So you got a room in the Bethel, and the Bethel room was about 1,800 after all the negotiation. And then you upgraded to a bigger bed for 1,500.
Right.
So you can get a better night's sleep. Have you eaten in the Bethel?
Yeah.
Is there food there?
Next to it is a restaurant, and it's very inexpensive. I ordered a hamburger, and the hamburger was 95 pesos. It's about that small. I know in the Philippines the food was cold. I asked them did they heat it up, and they heated it up, a little fries. I had a soda, a pop, a drink, however you want to say it, and then it was good. But the night before, I was hungry, and that closes at 9:30. The hotel, restaurant next to the hotel. I walked down to Why Not.
You went to the world famous Why Not.
And they have the menu is so big.
Yes.
And I ate there. I wanted to order pizza and something else, but they did not have tomato sauce for the pizza. They had tomatoes with the seeds and stuff in them,
Yeah.
and they had fresh tomatoes. I don't eat tomatoes, and I don't like the tomatoes with the seed in. I was saying, just give me a tomato sauce with cheese. I just want that pizza. They couldn't do that. I said,
couldn't do
okay.
that,
And I remember what they tell me a lot of times, they run out of things.
Out of stock.
That is, I've been to places in the mall. I was there yesterday with you, and I went someplace, they was out of stock.
So many things are out of stock. Yeah, so many things. So now that you're in Dumaguete, you have more plans to visit. How long is your total vacation stay here?
It's like I was saying, it's supposed to be 3 months, but it looked like it might be end up about 2.5 months, 2 months.
2.5 months. So you're still planning, you're going to Mindanao, go check out Davao City?
Yeah. And I want to go to Iloilo too.
You want to go up to Iloilo. Which one are you going to go to next?
I think I'm heading toward, we had talked earlier, I'm going to take your advice and head toward
Dipolog?
Diploy.
He's going to Dipolog. He might have met a girl. We don't know yet. That's for future inquiries. But how have you found the women here? And I'm not talking about a romantic situation, but have you found them to be as nice as everybody advertises? The women here are nice and
They
friendly.
smile at you.
They smile.
You just got to be careful at my age to make sure that they're age appropriate, because the women look so like your girlfriend. I thought she could have been too. I mean, no, that was.
Yeah. They look so much younger than they are. They hold their age very nice.
Very, very well.
They hold their age very nice. And with the mask, before when COVID was going on, they all wore masks. You didn't know if you were talking to a 17-year-old or 40-year-old. They all had pretty faces, and you have to ask and be careful.
And they will help you and stuff, and they will to guide you to assist you in any type of situation that you might be in. You got to be careful that you don't take the smile in the wrong way. The smile and the politeness and the kindness. If you are a single man and you usually see a woman, usually when they smile, that means that, hey, they like you, they want you. Nah, they just very, very. You got to be very careful to misconstrue their
Being
attention.
nice
Their
and
attention,
like,
yes. Please. You get yourself in a lot of trouble, and that's something I try to say. First thing I say, how you doing, like that, and I'm just very careful though.
Now so this trip is like boots on the ground. You're going to check it out to decide if this is your future home, or are you just checking it out for a vacation period? Or that's up in the air still?
It's up in the air because my mother told me, she said that I can come over here and visit for a couple of weeks. I told her maybe a month, and then I told her I kind of, I lied to her. I didn't tell her the truth, that I was really thinking about it. She was scared for a long time. She hears stuff. I said, you don't know anything about the Philippines.
Well, yeah,
and that's the wrong misconstruction.
It's a foreign country, you know.
Yeah, misconception that people have. They say, oh, you're going over there, this and that and happened and stuff like that. I mean, just look what happened in Mexico a little while back. Most Americans, they know what happened to the lady going across the border and they got killed. I mean, the family got killed.
Well, there's problems everywhere in the world. You know, there's really no safe spot where you can go and be like 100% safe. But you can take where we're sitting here in Dumaguete in a park, middle of the late morning, and you feel safe. You're walking around. You know, I don't see anybody that would be picking a pocket or, you know, snatching, grabbing. Here.
Basically, what you're saying is true. No matter what city I've been into, that's the same. Manila and Cebu. You just basically, if your style of living, like if you're more from New York or California stuff, and you have a different type of lifestyle, then those cities gonna be great for you, because the restaurants they have and the people and stuff like that, and the environment is gonna be great for you. But for me, my environment, the low cost, very conscious effort of observing things, seeing things. I prefer I like this type of environment, and I'm gonna go to other areas and see if I like that type. You know,
if you like those too. Now you've worked all your life. Yeah. Well, we all work. You know, you might have a year off or two, but we all work, and you know, we save our money or we don't save our money.
Yes.
But in the back of your mind, is the Philippines a good place for retirement? It might not be for you. Might not be for somebody else, but in general, if you want to retire someone and you have the means and the wants, is the Philippines a nice place to retire?
Yes, and basically you said that too. I have friends who are married and they have their relationship and they prefer that being comfortable in that area where they at. That's good. But if you're someone who's single and I may be divorced, and you're looking for a place to live, you know, basically on your income, or being honest with you, not to retire. If you saying, okay, then listen, I want to go somewhere for a couple of years just to get away from the rat race.
Yes.
And this just my personal opinion. Everything I say is just my opinion. If you just want to say, I'm tired of just, my neighbor used to be cool, now he's this party, I'm that party, and we used to just laugh and joke. Now it's look like we're gonna burn something in my yard, or I'm gonna burn. If you said I'm just tired of this and I want to get away, come to the Philippines for a couple of years. Say, you know you're going back, just take care of everything over there, come here, put your stuff in storage, and if you have a family member, leave everything right there with them and come back. Because you might end up staying, but this is one of those long extended vacations, right, where when I'm gonna help you, it's gonna help you to breathe, refresh yourself.
I try and tell people when they come here, you got to be here a year before you really know if it's for you forever.
Yes.
Now you can say, I'm going to live in the Philippines forever because your life is different in the States and you want to do a reset, a redo of your life, reboot yourself. But if you have a house, I always recommend don't sell the house, rent it for the year. If you have a car, you know, don't sell it, put it in storage, give it to a family member for a while. What if you're here for 2 months and, man, I hate the Philippines, I want to go back. You have something to go back to. And if you end up loving the Philippines and you want to stay, well, you make that one last trip to settle all your affairs back home. Just don't burn that bridge so you're just in one spot. You have to have the ability to go back and change your mind if this didn't work out for you.
Yeah, because I found out if you're very particular or not as patient, you know, and you like certain types of foods, when you get over here, I find for me, I love, when I was at home, I love cheese rice. And I would take cooked rice all the time, put a little margarine or butter in it, put cheese in it, and I would eat that. That would be a meal when I come home sometimes and eat. Or I would add a can of vegetables into it just to mix it, just to be more filling. Here, they're mostly plain rice. I asked, do they have butter? Do they have margarine? I asked for a cup of coffee. Mike, they gave me coffee, they gave me some creamer, they gave me brown sugar.
Yeah, there's no
Mike, I've never seen, and it's just, the thing about it, you have to adapt, and I understand I have to adapt, but it seemed like the brown sugar is not as sweet as the white sugar.
Now they have the white sugar. When you settle down, you have your own place, you can buy the white sugar.
Okay.
You know, sugar cane, regular sugar like back home. But the restaurants, they have the brown sugar, and it's what they offer. I don't know, I've never asked. I drink my coffee black, so I don't know if you can ask for the white sugar.
Creamy sugar.
Yeah.
Creamy sugar.
Now, the portion size of the meals you get here, have you found that to be, because the people here are smaller, so they don't eat as much, and the cost of food here is going up. They seem to be, in my opinion, lowering the portion size.
Well, I had the pork chop yesterday. I thought it was a pork chop. It ended up being a rib, some kind of rib.
The pork chop's not a pork chop.
Yeah, so the picture they show you and what you get is totally different.
Yeah.
So be prepared. Be prepared to ask questions when you look at something. What comes with it? What comes on it? Like I said, I don't eat tomatoes.
Yeah.
Ask questions. Ask 3 and 4 questions, and then if they do something, because I asked for some poppers, something like poppers, and she was like a long skinny thing and said it had cheese and stuff in it. I said, that sounds good. She brought it back to me. It had jalapeno peppers and cheese in it. You know, going in, it might taste good, but coming out, it's not going to. And so I told myself,
spicy in and hot coming out. Yeah.
Me and spicy every now and then. When I used to drink, it was good, you know. But now in the last 20 years, no. But I said, can I have, I asked, she ordered and sent it to me, and I pulled out the thing. I said, what? It was like 6 of them. I said, oh man. I said, you told me this. She said, I said, I paid for it. I understand that. But I told her and her, the waitresses to eat it. They did that. And I just ate. I had a hamburger, and the hamburger was fully. That's the same place I wanted to order the pizza. I ended up ordering a hamburger.
Yeah.
But I told them to eat that.
That was at the Why Not. Yeah.
Yeah, Why Not.
At the Why Not.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, Why Not has good food on the boulevard here. When you finally decide to go back home, whenever you go back home, what are you hoping to take as an experience from here? Do you have any goals or aspirations of what you want to find here, or are you just looking for peace and quiet of a 2-month vacation?
Observe, learn, I found out basically from my life that if that the human mind only retain, if you're doing something, only retain 20%, 20% of that little knowledge in that one moment. You could be talking for an hour or something, or 2 hours, but you're only going to retain a small piece of that. I'm trying to retain, slow down, concentrate, and remember everything I observed. Financially, if I need a vehicle, like I said, living in Dumaguete, I would have to get a little small vehicle. How much money I think I should save for that, and add another 30% to that. If I say this vehicle is going to be $6,000, just have $7,000 in case here. Never, at whatever price you have set on things, be prepared for it to be 30 to 40, maybe 30% more than that. Because
you don't want to be surprised.
You don't want to be surprised. And remember the things that YouTubers like you and Win say. Have a startup fund. Be prepared for medical. I'm an older person. I'm a diabetic. Be prepared for those things. Be patient. Try to be. It's hard. I mean, women look so beautiful. You don't say, hi, my name is so-and-so. Can we get together? Don't be patient. Be patient.
All those things will come in time. Yeah. Michael looked at Monte, the Crew family, and he saw where Monte bought a van.
Yes.
And so that's the type of van you'd be looking for.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know what they cost, but you research that. Maybe one day you go by a car lot and just take a look at that, or even reach out to Monte and ask him, how much a vehicle costs. And my other friend Paul, he bought a car.
Yeah.
And Old Dog New Tricks.
Yeah, he just got married to.
Yeah, you might reach out to him on his thing and ask him, price of cars or something. But when you think of the Philippines, as life changes and you come here to reboot as a person, and you leave all your problems behind and you come here, are you looking to be a single guy hanging out here, or are you looking hopefully for a family type situation, or just a girl? A permanent girlfriend type situation?
That I'm scared of, and I'm not going to lie to you, I don't know. Like you said, I've never been married. I've had relationships that I messed up. I put it this way, 70% of the time it was my fault. And then I don't have any kids. Anyway, I don't have kids. So I don't know. I know that I would like to. I know it's nice, even those times when I was with someone, that felt good, being next to someone to talk to.
It's always nice to have someone that cares for you nearby.
Yeah. Human beings are not meant to be isolated creatures. They need that companionship and that the ability to be together with someone. And so that's what I really want. I really want. How I get there, or if I get there, with God's help, He will help me. I will try to keep. I want to and will keep God in my life, and because He has brought me this far. But I don't know. I want to do those things. Also, when I get back to the States, you had asked me earlier, I'm going to go to Tri-C, which I should have did, and I procrastinated about it, and learn how to drive a motorcycle. I'm going to take a course. They have a course there.
At
Tri-C.
Community college.
Yeah,
it's a community college in Cleveland.
They had, because they also have a Lakeside and Lakewood College also around in that area too, way on the west side. But they had slowed down during the pandemic. A lot of the stuff had stopped. But I think I'm going to take that course on motorcycles and mopeds, because if you said being patient, I might find that I get driving a motorbike or whatever around, then later on someone goes back to the United States or something happens and they may want to sell that vehicle, and I invest or look into it and I can buy it. But for the temporary time, transportation, I would have a motor, not a motorcycle, but with the scooter. I prefer the scooter because speed is not.
Speed is not a thing here. Everybody goes slow.
But they love their motorcycles, and the young kids are young kids. I don't care where you go to in the world. Young kids love fast, speed, and bikes. You'll see a lot of them repping it up, making that noise.
They changed the exhaust systems here, just like back home, back in the States. They make it sound fast, but they go slow.
Yeah. Some of them was going fast.
Some go fast. But
the young kids are young kids. When you was younger, I'm just put it that way. When I was younger, I put big tires on my car. My gas mileage got dropped down to 12 or 6 miles to a gallon. Was 20 or something, but because those rotations causes that.
I'm going to ask you a few questions that the viewers would be interested. When you arrived at the airport, Did you have any trouble coming through customs or immigration?
Yes, I did. I have a problem with my COVID vaccine shot. I had 4 shots for internet. I did not have a snapshot, which you have told me and I didn't pay attention to it. I tried to go online to pull it up and say
But wherever you got the shots at, and they have the record, you need to get the record.
Yeah, and I tried to pull up online because that's how I order my medication and everything like that. It wouldn't pull up. It wouldn't show a record of everything, my medical and stuff like that.
So they asked for the COVID vaccine when you came through?
Yes, they did.
They were supposed to, well, if you're not vaccinated, you have to have the PR test.
So I had to pay that. It cost me, I had to go over to, the gentleman told me where I had to go to. I walked over maybe about from here to 300 feet, 400 feet, and I paid 600 pesos for the COVID test. Then once the COVID test was there, they asked me for my email address, and they sent the COVID test to the immigration. When I got in the immigration, it was a long line. I waited as I got there. I guess they had my email and had that, and they let me through.
Already?
Right.
Yeah.
They asked me how long I was going to be here, and I said, first I said to 21 days. Then I said, I didn't know, but I said I was going to be here. And they stamped my passport to the 31st of this month.
Yeah, 28 days, I believe, or 29 days is the first one. And then, so if you don't have your COVID card of your shot record, they're going to ask you to take the test, or you're going to need a test prior to coming here. So check with the airlines, check with somebody to find out what your requirements are, so you won't have that extra fee at the airport. Now, you got your immigration, your passport stamped, you went to the airport. Did you have any problems with taxis? Everybody tells me the taxis are ripoffs in Manila in the airport, or?
No, I didn't. I walked up to the police officer and I said, I'm looking for a nice hotel. Could you give me any recommendations? And he probably had a hookup, like everybody's a hustle.
Yeah,
I mean, you have to have the hustle. You have to, and he told me about this place. They had a taxi. They came from the hotel to pick me up.
Oh,
and took me to the place.
Yeah, they didn't want you to get lost. They wanted you to come right to their hotel. So that part really wasn't that bad. You were short on some paperwork with your COVID card, but the whole experience so far. And I know you're only halfway through your journey here. What is the worst part of this whole journey? What's the worst thing?
My inability not to listen to the stuff that you said.
Not to listen to me.
Listen to other people.
You listen, guys. You don't listen to me. It's the worst thing. No, I'm kidding.
No, you're serious. Be serious, because the problems that I created because I didn't pay attention to what was said to me or understand, or I didn't completely comprehend, because the place and the people and stuff was good. I enjoy everything. On my phone, I thought I had my phone for internet. You do try to get, I probably should have kept, in this country they have 2 internet companies.
Right. Well, they have multiple you can reach out to. You can get Globe or Smart.
But they don't work. They don't cross connect.
Yeah, they don't cross connect.
So no, if you excuse me, if you have a Smart and you're in a Globe territory, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And if you're in the Globe, because I tried doing some of that. Only thing works really good was Messenger on Facebook.
That's the best form of communication here.
But it doesn't allow you to communicate with services and ordering things
That's
and
right.
stuff like that. I had T-Mobile. I've been with T-Mobile. I got the overseas plan where I can text, unlimited, and I can talk for 25 minutes to my family members. I can use certain banks. My Charles Schwab, I have no problem. That is the greatest, one of the greatest things.
I tell everybody, hook up with Charles Schwab when you're going to do international travel.
And yes, and we was talking about, they give you, I guess the rates are better. I won't know until I get how much I'm gonna get reimbursed to the end of the month, but it's probably gonna look like maybe about maybe $100.
Yeah.
Because I went to the banks and pulled out some money, but the telephone was my only other issues though right there. Later on I probably would get that what's that thing you use where you can, a service where your they know where you at and they can.
VPN.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to have the VPN.
It depends on how long you're gonna stay.
Yeah.
If you're gonna stay for a longer period of time, you might want to.
You tell when you're home before you come. Go see your service provider. Tell them exactly where you're going and what your needs are, and they'll show you all their different possible plans. And go into your bank.
Yes.
Talk to the banker and say, hey, I'm going to be over. Should I use a VPN? Do I not? How can I get hold of you if I lose my connection on my U.S. phone line? Do you have a international phone number I can call?
You got to talk to someone at the maybe in the main and talk to them while you're there, because they have a 1-800 number and they have an emergency number, but they are 1-800 numbers. When I use my phone to call my bank, it's still considered my signal over here as spam.
Yeah.
So it'll get me through it. Ask you what's your social security number, what's the last 4 digits of your PIN number, and what all this, and you give it to them and say someone will be with you in a few minutes. Do you know how long those few minutes are?
Oh man, they put you on hold forever.
No, it's been shut. You've been shut out because it's a spam.
Kicked out the
yeah,
queue.
you've been kicked out. So basically, only way you really can get service, how I got service, this is just for me. I called my bank where I was at. I stayed in Cleveland, so I called my 216 number and talked to the bank and found out the right hours and told them where I was, gave them my information like that, and I'm talking to someone, and they told me my balance, and they told me this and that. They don't know anything about the international situation, but they gave me more help. But when you're trying to call that 1-800 number, it seems like the system is set up. Even I'm trying to pay my electrical bill. I have a First Energy. They blocked me. They said this is spam for security reasons. I've been paying my electrical bill through them for 5 years. I automatically one time paid it, pull out my account, and it won't let me do that.
No.
So I had to have a friend to go to. I asked a friend of mine to go to the energy company, pay it for him, and I would give him the money, or however you want to do it. Yeah. But my that's my gas company. But my electrical company, I'm okay. Seem like I'm okay with them. They doing good. But my gas, you just have those different types of things. Depends on how long you staying. If you staying over a month, you might have those issues. If you staying under a month, some of the stuff I'm saying is
some of the stuff it really don't matter. Like if you know you're just going to be gone for 2 or 3 months, you have somebody pay the bill for you, or you pay over, so you got a credit balance.
Yes,
if that's something that's
that's a good idea.
Something to come up there. Now, while you're here, have you used an ATM card other than Charles Schwab?
No, because Charles Schwab does not give me.
Charles Schwab gives you the best thing.
Right.
And how much money have you been able to pull out of the ATM at a time?
The maximum, I went to China Bank because the BP won't let me use my Charles. What's the BIP, BPI?
Bank of the Philippines.
Bank of Philippines. Yeah, they won't let me. They don't accept my Charles Schwab account. So, but I've used China Bank and I've used other banks, and I pulled out 10,000 pesos. But then a couple of times I pulled it out, then went back just a second, 2 seconds later, and pulled out another 10,000 pesos.
You just got to keep doing multiple transactions to get more money.
The fees will accumulate, right?
Yeah. So with Charles Schwab, Michael's hoping that he gets reimbursed all those. I'm sure he will. Now, when you were in Cebu, you were in Lapu-Lapu, right? Or did you go to Cebu City proper?
I went to Lapu-Lapu.
Okay.
Because I called someone else I know, a YouTuber, Sharon Lapu-Lapu. Yeah, she told me about the hotel that I was at, that I went there, and that was the Ace Penza Hotel, and she recommended. I think I was paid there. I paid 2,400, not 2,400 pesos a night. So
now in Dumaguete, you had lunch with us and a friend at the Robinson Mall. How did you find the mall in Dumaguete?
What you mean? How did I?
You wandered around the mall. Did it look like a normal mall back home?
It's just a mall. Young kids with the video games playing them. They have different types of food. They have. It's a beautiful place. I went into the grocery store, bought 1.5 liter soda. I bought an energy drink. I bought a Monster.
A Monster.
But my room doesn't have a refrigerator. It's not working. But I got ice. I get as much ice as I want to. And I bought a Gatorade. I bought some be careful, my diabetic. I bought some M&M peanuts.
Oh, those are expensive here.
Oh yeah, it was.
Any kind of Western candy, you know, candy from back in the state, M&M, Hershey's, they're expensive compared to the local chocolate.
I think a little small bag that cost me, in American money, probably $3. In the United States, it probably been about
99 cents.
Yeah, $2.50, maybe. Yeah, two some. Yeah, it wasn't a real big bag that you paid, but it out, you know. So, but yeah,
it costs more here. Well, Michael, we hope you have a good time here. We're going to wish you the best on the rest of your journey here in the Philippines. Stay in touch, homeboy. What's wrong with the Browns? How come the Browns aren't the championship team every year?
See, we don't. That's like politics with me. I'm gonna let that go because I'm not.
Thanks, guys, for watching. Until next time, like and subscribe.
Thank you. Enjoy.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, Janet.
Thank you.
That was fun. I'm going to do a lot of editing on this.
I know. I messed you up.
Cool. He sees what's behind the camera.
He's the front man. You know how the front man.
I'm the talent. I'm the talent.
No, she's the talent. He's the front man. You know how you have to have a picture and then douche you into it, but all the work and stuff like that. Janet is the one, though. I'm telling you, she set the camera up, she's doing this and that. She's calling him over, tell him what he has to do, and he's looking like, yes. The makeup for all the dumb stuff. I did.
You know, even if you're not married to a woman, you're paying for it in your actions, and how can you make up to a girl? You buy her something.
And she probably had Michael and Mike. He called me. You always say that Mike. I'm Michael.
Michael and I'm
Mike. Yeah.
Great. Well, thanks again for joining us on our channel. Janet's behind us. Is she going to join us here? I don't know. She's pretty
Come on,
hot.
Janet.
It's hot here for her, and she has that umbrella. So, guys, thanks for watching.